Hello and welcome to the program Inspire Children. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you for tuning in every week to learn and to glean, to learn and to shape the lives of our children. Inspire Children is that program where we get to sit down and discuss. We don't only want to discuss, we want to talk about practical things and look at ourselves and say, what are the things that we can change today? Like I always say, it's never too late to change a lost direction. And so today on the program, we really want to talk about one of the critical issues. It's not just an abstract issue, but it's a real issue. It's an issue that affects public health. It's an issue that affects the growth and the development of our teenagers. We want to talk about teen dating and the dangers that these issues around dating bring to our young people. And so to help us to do that on the program today, we have Komwa Joshua Kumunda to help us to do that. So welcome to the program, Joshua.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for having me today to discuss such an important issue that is affecting our teens and our young adults.
Yeah. You know, the teenage stage is that most important stage in the development and the growth of an adult, you know. And we have our children, they are beginning to find their identity. But there's one thing that we find common, and which is the biggest danger actually, is that our teenagers, their bodies, probably they are now, they are blooming, everything is happening. But in terms of their probably emotional maturity, in terms of their mindset, they're still young, they're still trying to discover themselves. We want to debunk and unpack how teen dating, brings dangers and what really happens there, what adults need to do, what young people need to understand, and what they need to avoid. So just to begin this conversation, I want you to bring the understanding. What are we talking about when we talk about teen dating?
I think that's a very what has become more of a complex term now, because the world is in a flux. People are no longer giving definite answers to things and definite names to things, and anything can be anything. But my understanding of teen dating, it's when young people become romantically involved. I want to start off by saying that as young people grow, it's natural that they'll gravitate towards someone, hopefully of the opposite sex, and be romantically attracted to that person.
You say what? I like this person. I think everyone goes through that.
Everyone goes through that. Some of it you start from infatuation, and the young people would call it a crush.
Wow,
you start feeling certain things when that person is close to you, or when you think about them.
Oh, you feel so happy.
Exactly. And so that naturally then leads to the idea of wanting to be with that person always, or for most of your time, or as much as possible. And so young people will find opportunities and space for them to spend time with this person that they like, or that they would hazard to say that they love. And so that becomes part of teen dating. But I wanted to say right off the bat that people are relational.
Exactly.
From the onset, God created us as relational people, and our relationships can be relationships that are platonic, that are relationships that you love your sister, you love your mother, you love your father, you love your friend. But there comes a point in time when that is not enough, when one person then starts to mature and they then start gravitating towards a more romantic kind of relationship. But I also wanted to say that being relational, God has created us that way, that we would have a relationship with Him, but also have a relationship with the people that are around us.
Exactly.
And so that's where teen dating comes. So those things are natural. But the danger is that the young people are not mature enough to know what to do with those feelings when they come. That's when the danger comes. Even when you then look at what our government has rightly done in terms of putting in the Constitution the idea that people cannot be intimately involved before they get to the age of 18.
Exactly.
It is with the understanding that one is not yet mature enough to be able to self-regulate, to be able to act maturely, to protect their interests, so to speak. And so the government has then put in a framework that then helps people.
It's like a guiding thing.
It's a guiding principle.
It's a boundary to help you.
Exactly. But even as we're looking at that, we then find that when you then look at how people are then practically living that out, it's something that's trying to adjust to.
Yeah.
When these emotions are there, when these feelings are there, how then do you navigate in that space?
Yeah. What you're saying is so profound to the fact that vana vari kukura, they're maturing, and maturity is not a one-day thing. It's a process, and that process needs to be completed so that we avoid dangers and pitfalls. You know, recent data it indicates that 1 in 4 girls in Africa, they are involved sexually before the age of 19. And we have got lots of teenage pregnancies also happening during that particular phase. So from what you're saying, Koma Josh, I want you to highlight to our viewers, probably the children, the teenagers, as well as the adults, what are the dangers of one being committed to issues that they call teen dating or romantic relationships, or falling in love with someone, or having a crush, I don't know, and being committed? What are those dangers?
I mean, the dangers are many, so to speak. You've actually highlighted a few of them.
Yeah.
The first one being that you become intimately involved with that person.
Yeah.
And what that does, before we even get to the repercussions of that act itself, but what it does, it creates bonds that stay longer than the relationship in most cases. And what that does is that your mental health, your psychological outlook of life changes because of the many partners that then come through, because most of these things that we're talking about and these relationships do not last long. And because they do not last long, once you become intimately involved with somebody, it means that the next partner, the boundaries are already off. And if you're then going to date 3 or 4 or 5 people, then that means you're going to be intimately involved with all those people. So what that does, it creates a residue of memory within you that sometimes later on in life stops you from functioning normally, because you have all these soul ties that you've created over time, and that stops you from becoming the adult or the wife or the husband that you must be to your partner. The second thing that you've already spoken about is the idea of teen pregnancy. So this can come through to stop your progress in life. So maybe school stops, your character is assassinated, the way people view you changes simply because of this one act that now then has made you pregnant. So you might be a guy and you're thinking, well, I don't get pregnant. But then the responsibility for you as a man, once you get someone else's daughter pregnant, means that you've got to take care of a child. You're no longer a child yourself. You're now graduating by virtue of you being a father to start taking responsibilities that you are not yet ready to take care of. And so then that creates a whole lot of, a plethora of problems that come to you.
You know, there's something that you indicated, which there is a question that popped in my mind. You said when teenagers get involved, number one, they're not mature. And then they get into teen dating. And usually, actually, the highest probability is that when teenagers do these things, when you get into teen dating, you don't usually date one person. You get into one relationship, it breaks. You get into another one, it breaks. And does this not create also a risk of having, you know, what we call broken heartbreaks? I don't know what's the perfect word that we can use.
I just really wanted to come to that point and say that when you have that heartbreak at 15, it's not just the ending of a relationship. Because you are not yet mature, you are not yet versed with the world and its ways. That could be, for you, your perception could be, this is the end of the world. So for young people, when they go through these things, their minds are not yet ready to accept that break.
To accept the rejection.
The rejection. They are not yet, mature enough to deal with it. And so then you find young people even trying to commit suicide because they think that their world has come to an end. But when you are older and you're mature and you've built the mental stamina to be able to understand that this is just a passing relationship, passing phase, a fleeting moment in life, you're able to comprehend this much, much better and be able to adapt to that and walk out of such a relationship or such a heartbreak, maybe even a stronger person out of that experience.
Yeah, you know, these are very serious issues, and I know what you're talking about, Nkoma Joyce. This is the phase where most people today, while they are yet adults, most of their mistakes relate to this topic that we're talking about. It started there, where there's teen dating and there's heartbreaks, because their resilience is not yet built, like what you're saying. They don't have the capacity to withstand the heat. And, you know, apart from that, you know, talk about, you know, I know you've